How's everybody doing? I have no idea if you can hear me the same back here as you can with me really close. But this is my laptop, so I'm not really sure how good the microphone picks up. Speaking of that. Okay, so this video is going to be about exposing pretenders. That's what I'm going to call them. I didn't really know what else to call them. Or people that were pretending to be people, or people that were saying that they were people, or however you want to say it. So, I wasn't going to do this, but since I'm no longer going to talk to anybody on social media unless they comment on something of mine, or like my picture, or comment on my picture, I'm not going to do this, sending me messages and sending me all that good stuff. And only talking like that. Oh, well, can we talk on this app, or can we talk on this app or that app? Or I'm not doing that anymore. I have no idea how I can pull up any of these conversations that we've had, but I got rid of one of the apps already, so it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to talk to this person anyway. Whenever they came this was, I guess I'll start with the last person that I talked to that pretended to be, they either pretended to be, or if this was really this person, well, these people really aren't who I thought they were. And that makes me sad. So the last person I talked to pretended to be Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block, and pretended to be his sister, Sharon Knight. And it seems like they always find me on Instagram. There's only one person that's, it's always started on Instagram for some reason. The only reason that I'm saying this is for somebody else, because I thought that I could trust this person, which came up whenever I put them in my WhatsApp, came up as Jared. So it automatically came up as Jared. So I have no idea who this Jared person is, but I guarantee you that it wasn't Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block. Because they offered me a job, and that's how they wanted to get my information. And I thought that just possibly, perhaps it could be. And I thought, can I trust this person? And I didn't even ask for a picture or anything this time. I didn't ask for a short video, a 2-second video saying, hi freedom or anything like that. I just trusted this person for some reason. And then I gave them all my information, and they offered me a job. And I'm not going to go into great detail about it, but so I gave them all my information. I was reluctant to do it. Let me just say, I was reluctant to do it, but I was like, okay, no. Jesus said that if somebody wants your watch or something, give them your coat too. So that's what I did, and that's the only reason that I did it, because I was just doing what I thought Jesus would want me to do. And it is, the ball is now in their court as to what they're going to do with whatever it was that I gave them. And it was all of my personal information. I literally took pictures of my bank statements and stuff like that and sent it to them. And then they didn't respond to me for like almost a whole day. And then they got back to me and asked me how I was doing. And then I told them that I had called my bank and I gave them my bank routing numbers and everything. Like, I literally gave them the keys to the kingdom, basically. I gave them everything. Like, they could pretend to be me if they wanted to. That's how much information I gave them. Because I thought that I could trust them. Well, I'm thinking that I couldn't trust them now because the next day they got back on there and they said, they acted like they were like a whole nother person. And I said, a membership card or something like that. And I said, I remember some guy, George Strait, asking me it wasn't George Strait, but because I could totally tell by the video that they made that the face was totally like, however, it was like AI shopped or whatever you want to call it. Like, they used to say like pictures were like photoshopped. Well, this was like AI shopped. You could totally tell it wasn't him. And they called me baby. And I do not like being called baby by strangers. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable, and I don't like it. So, let's see. They asked me if I had a membership card, and I said, no, I haven't got a membership card. I was like, George Strait asked me for a membership card, and it was like $100. I was like, you know how much money I have. I don't have $100. And they're like, well, that's what you need. And they're like, bye. Because I couldn't give them $100 for a membership card. I couldn't get the job that I needed desperately in order to pay my child support. And this person knows that I had to pay my child support. And they went into great detail about this job, so it must have took them hours and hours to figure out, what to say and all this stuff. They had said that a person had passed away, and da 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 da, and all this stuff. Like, they went into great detail about the job, and it didn't seem like, a very complicated job, but they were saying, it's an easy job and you can do this from home and, stuff like that. And I was like, they were like a stress-free job, and I was like, finally a stress-free job. I was like, I really need a stress-free job. And so, yeah, it was just not good. Because then they didn't talk to me. And then they had the balls to freaking text me or WhatsApp me after that, like a day later, and be like, "How you doing?" And then his sister, quote unquote, his sister, supposedly, was like, "Hi, how are you doing?" I haven't responded to either one of them because, you're not gonna just tell me, just because I can't buy your $100 membership card in order to get a job. You're not going to say, "Oh, bye," and then think that I'm going to talk to you the next day. No, it doesn't work like that for me. Sorry, but like I said in the past video, is that I think that guy's right. And he's probably younger than I am, and he holds a higher standard to people than some people do. I'm not just going to let somebody walk all over me and treat me like dirt, get all my information from me, and then all of a sudden say bye and expect me to talk to them again after that. No, not happening. Because, I've learned over the years to not trust people. And that is what I'm going to do from now on. I'm not talking to anybody who says that they are a famous celebrity, whoever. If they say that they're Jesus Christ himself, I'm not going to talk to them. Because the Bible says that if they say, "Here he is, and there he is, and all this good stuff," don't believe it. So, no. I'm not going to believe anything. And I'm sorry if that makes you people upset. So this is the next person. Um, the next person pretended to be Jamie Campbell Bower. Well, he didn't want any money from me that I know of. Didn't get that far into a conversation. And we only talked for about the same length of time as me and quote unquote Jared talked, or quote unquote Jordan Knight talked, and about a day or so. And he was saying that he wanted to be in a relationship and he wanted somebody like it for him. But then, whenever I asked him for proof of who he was, he totally ignored me. And then, or the person pretending to be him. Okay, I still don't believe that it was him. I'm sorry, but I don't. I don't believe that it was him. And you know what's sad is the fact that they have done this to everybody that I have liked. Everybody that I have watched their video, almost everybody, except for Justin Bieber. They have not done that to Justin Bieber. But they've done it to a lot of other people. Then he got mad, evidently, and the one way I knew that it wasn't him is because he said that he liked chicken. And I watched a video, unless Jamie lied, I watched a video that said that Jamie Campbell Bower is a vegetarian. And he doesn't eat meat. And I think I mentioned something to this person about that. And they said something about, "Well, I like chicken's my favorite too," or something. And I was like, and that's whenever I knew that it wasn't him. And then I was like, okay, I was like, send me a picture. Which I totally forgot that anybody can get any picture of anybody off the internet. It's so easy to pretend to be somebody that you're not whenever nobody can see who you really are. And whenever you're hiding behind that screen, nobody knows unless who you really are, unless you send them a video. Because anybody can send a picture. Anybody. I mean, whoever this was, it could have been somebody that was working for him or something. Possibly. Who knows? And the fact that they got mad at me for saying that I didn't believe them. And I was like, I don't believe that you are who you say you are. And they got mad. And they're like, don't talk to me ever again. They're like, don't write me ever again. And I was like, that just does not sound like him at all. Like, I know I've only watched him for like 2 years now, but that just does not sound like him at all. You know, you would think that celebrities, famous people, whatever you want to call them, would understand that there are people out there that are pretending to be them, and they would know that, people might be a little leery because, who's going to expect a celebrity to message you and be like, hey, want to talk? Or whatever, or whatever they want to say, but like, and they usually start off with, oh, I saw you comment on my posts, and it was really something, 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 and they put all these words in there. And I've had a couple of people do that, and Jamie supposedly was one of these people. And I'm like, this cannot be true, because celebrities don't have time to talk to their fans. They don't have time. There's too many fans, and they don't have time, and they would be talking to their fans all the time, all day long, all night long, and they would never get any sleep ever, and they'd be exhausted, and they'd be cranky, and they got stuff that they got to do, so they have a lot more stuff to do than we do a lot of times. But we do different stuff. It's just we do different stuff, but we do about as much stuff as they do, I think, anyway. But that's just my idea. Like, we clean house, and we do the dishes, and we do all this stuff. And I know, and they're telling me I'm ugly. I'm hurting. I'm ugly. I know I'm ugly. And they think that you're ugly, and they think that they can just say whatever they want to you and get away with it. Well, you're human too. So, why? I just don't get it. Like, this person went from being super, super nice to, I thought, wow, this person is so nice. And, I thought, this person's genuine, and, is he genuinely nice? And I even prayed about it. I have even prayed for this man. And then I get on with somebody that's supposedly pretending to be him. He sends me a message, and I'm talking to him. I'm like, okay, I'm like, I'm doing the same thing that Jesus would do, talking to people, and, giving them the benefit of the doubt. And then all of a sudden, whenever I'm like, I question it just the tiniest bit, I'm like, I don't think it's. And then I'm like, I'm afraid to say anything wrong, because I'm afraid you're gonna freaking get mad at me, and and totally ruin everything. And so I just thought it would probably just be best not to say anything at all. So, I texted or I messaged him back later, and I forgot what I said. But yeah. Then they're like, I told you I didn't want to have a relationship with you online. I wanted to meet you in person. I was like, no, I'm the one. Demon! Demon, 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 demon. This just freaking went off. You freaking demon. That totally, my screen just went black. What the heck? Whenever I said no, and my knees being poked right here, like my knees being poked when there are demons here. Yep. And whenever I was doing the ghost hunting one time, they said malicious. Hey. So whoever this person is has malicious intent, and that's why they got mad. And just like that guy said, all you have to do is say no and find out their response. Well, somebody else in my real life did that too. And I will get into that later. But for now, it is celebrity talk, famous people talk, or people who are pretending to be famous people. I was being poked right there, so that's why I touched it. So, I haven't talked to him. I thought, it's just best just not to say anything at all. So, then, let's see, before that, there was, I can't remember everything we said, but there was Ben Affleck, there was Nicolas Cage, there was, yeah, I was being poked whenever I said Cage. And there was Misha Collins and Jensen Ackles. So I can't remember all of the, conversations that I had with all these people because it's been a while since I've had any lengthy conversation with these people. But I remember another one of the persons offered me a job, and then they told me since I didn't have the money that I wasn't ready. And so, yeah. So, and then I got rid of all these contacts or whatever, all these people that I was talking to, because somebody told me to get rid of all their contacts. They were like, I just want you just to talk to me and nobody else. And I was like, okay. So I did it. And I did what they told me to do, and I haven't heard anything from them ever since. So yeah, it's just, and then somebody pretended to be Joey McIntyre. I mean, they went all the way back to Joey McIntyre to when I was a little kid, and they were pretending to be Joey McIntyre. And one of them somebody called me, and then they were like, and that's what it sounded like. And then they're like, oh, sorry. They're like, my voice is messed up or something like that. And I was like, mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not even going there. I was like, I am not even letting them ruin Joey for me. I was like, I'm not doing it. They've already, if these people knew what has already happened to me to have to do with Joey McIntyre, they ruined my childhood. Childhood ruined. My childhood wasn't already ruined enough as it was. But Joey McIntyre was my favorite. And growing up, and I used to listen to New Kids on the Block music all the time. And ruined it. I can't watch Blue Bloods anymore because ruined. Pain. I was in pain watching Blue Bloods for so long. And I put up with it for so long. And I just got to season 10 or something like that. I forgot what season I was in. And I just couldn't. It was right after Jamie got married to Eddie. And because I was like, Jamie got married. And I was like, and so then Jamie started to become my favorite on the show. And I was just like, I was really starting to get into the show, but then whenever I was in I just, like, I couldn't handle the pain anymore. And then once my vagina hurts whenever I was watching it, I couldn't do it anymore. So I've messaged these people, or not messaged them, but I have put comments under their pictures on their Instagram, and I have said, this is what has happened. So, just so you know, I have no idea, who, you know, if they're gonna see it or not, but at least I tried to tell them that there are people out there that are impersonating them, unless these people are really doing this. And if these people are really doing this, then that is just sad. And my whole entire childhood is totally ruined. And everything that I ever thought about any of these people, any celebrity whatsoever, is just ruined. And not in a good way. So I won't pretend, or I won't talk to anybody anymore that pretends to be a celebrity. I will stay on social media. I took a break for a while because I prayed about it, and I asked God if I was not supposed to be on there, and He was like, no. And so I got off for a while, and then I just prayed about it again tonight, and I was like, is it okay if I get back on there? And I was like, give me a Bible verse so that I have some kind of confirmation. And I think that it's okay, but I think that I might be a little, like, I need to be cautious and I'm not going to talk to anybody unless they comment on my pictures. Yep. Ick. Yeah, my eyebrow was just poked. Ick. Yeah, I know what that means. Icky bitch. I just watched it from, watch Ick. No, I don't want to watch Ick. I don't want to watch Friends, and I don't want to watch It's Icky, and I don't want to watch Icky Bitch, and yeah, that's another thing I have to make another video about, is I just watched a new movie, and I always put out a new video whenever I watch a new movie. So, I watched a new movie, and the license plate in the movie had Icky Bitch on it. Anyway, so yeah, there's just so many people. So there's been Ben Affleck, there's been Nicolas Cage, there's been Misha Collins, there's been Jensen Ackles, there's been Jamie Campbell Bower, and there's been Joey McIntyre, and there's been Jordan Knight, and the first one that this started with was Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was the first one that supposedly sent a message to me, and I just went along with it. But in the back of my mind, I was saying, this isn't him, this isn't him, this isn't him, this isn't him. And, I just went along with it. And then finally, his people got a hold of me, supposedly, and said, oh, there's been people that have been imitating him, and they're trying to ruin his name. Well, evidently, if that's what these people are doing, then they're doing a really good job of it, because I don't ever want to talk to these people ever again. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with any of these people ever again because of this. It's gonna take a freaking miracle for me to want to have anything to do with any of these people ever again. Tom Cruise, especially, I watched a Tom Cruise movie because I was told to. Like the poking, like I said, the inside of my body told me. Whenever I say I was told to, that's, how I'm told to. I know, I sound like a crazy person. It's okay. Especially Tom Cruise and the New Kids on the Block, really sensitive to me. Because I've been a fan of theirs since I was a little kid. And Fan is hurting my teeth. So evidently I'm supposed to stay away from Fan, and now I'm excited. So I'm not really sure what that means. But, yeah, because Jamie Campbell Bower was pretending to be a fan, or he was on a fan page, or a fan was on. Why can't people just say that they're a fan? And then they're like, "Oh, I want to keep it a secret. I want to keep it a secret. I want to keep it a secret." And I'm like, so no, you know, like I said that I would try, and that's all I would say. But after I got done wrong over and over and over and over and over again, how many times was that? Ben, Nicholas, Misha, Jamie, Jensen, Tom Cruise, Jordan Knight, 7 people. 7 people pretended to be 7 people. So I'm not doing it anymore. And I don't care if they think I'm ugly or not. I don't care. But if it was really them doing that makes them ugly. So you can call me ugly all you want. But you know what? In the end, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. It's going to come back to bite you in the ass if you want to call me ugly. So, yeah, I know. Hell is ugly. Hell is ugly. I'm ugly. Whatever. You know what? Then don't ever talk to me ever again. You know what? Fine. I'll just say it like Jamie Campbell Bower supposedly said it. Fine. Don't ever write me again. You know what? I'm starting to believe that there are not any good people in this world ever again. There's never going to be another good person on the face of this planet ever again. We have to make up people. It's like the movie Weird Science. We have to make a person in order for them to be who we want them to be. Or not necessarily who we want them to be, because I know we can't make people who we want them to be unless they're a freaking robot or something, because you can't really make a real person like that unless you can really clone people. So, like, I'm starting to think that these people don't exist, and it makes me sad. It really makes me sad that my childhood was ruined because these people pretended to be these people, and these people physically hurt me really bad for a long time, especially with Blue Bloods. I was in some, my teeth hurt so bad whenever I was watching Blue Bloods. It was not even funny. But I put up with it. And I put up with it, and I put up with it because it was Donnie. I put up with it because it was Donnie Wahlberg. Because I've been a fan of Niggas on the Block since I was a kid, and I wanted to support him, and now I get called a horrible person, and, I'm still in pain a little bit whenever it comes to him, and, any mention of him whatsoever, and, like, a lot of times, and it's just, my childhood is ruined. It's ruined. I will never be able to look at another celebrity the same ever again. I will always think, what are they hiding? What are they hiding? These people are not being real. They're not being real. They're being fake. They're being so fake. And they're not being real. This is what I'm going to think. And that's why I don't want to watch them anymore. Because I'm thinking that they're going to be fake. And, you think that these people are who they say they are, but they're not. And they think, evidently, that they can just do whatever they want to whoever they want. And the sad part is they're probably gonna get away with it. They're probably gonna get away with treating me like dirt and stealing all of my information. Well, technically it wasn't stealing, but getting all my information out of me because I trusted somebody. And and the fact that they can't understand that I don't trust any of these people anymore. Unless I literally see you in person, I will not trust you. I won't do it. Like, I don't want to meet anybody. I don't want to meet anybody new. I don't want to make any new friends. I don't. The people I know are the people I know, and that's it. That's all I want. I don't want to meet anybody else. I don't want to meet anybody new because I feel like there is no good people left in this world at all. All they want to do is deceive you and manipulate you and get information out of you. And there's been people on Instagram that haven't been celebrities. I think that just ask for money. And and then they're like, oh please, oh it's for my daughter, and they're supposedly a nurse, and they're asking for money. And I'm like, my mom was a nurse. I'm like, I know you make money. Okay. I know you make good money. So, whether you're an RN or whether you're an LPN, you make good money. Okay. So, you make good enough money that you buy a freaking house if you want to. Okay. So you have money. You don't need to be asking people for gift cards for your daughter, and then, there's just like, I call it online homelessness. I'm getting ready to be homeless. So, I can't really say it, but I am not going to go around asking people for money because I have a job now. So I got my job back at Penn Station. So I don't have to go around asking people for money. And I wouldn't do it in the first friggin' place, because I'm not like that, and I'm a woman. Men should not be doing this. Men should be the head of the household. Men should be the sole breadwinner. Men should be, the ones that have the job. Men should be men. You know what I'm saying? Like, do the manly thing. Have a job. Don't beg for money all the time, and get online and ask strangers for gift cards, and and say it's for your daughter, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what dignity? The dignity with these people has just gone downhill so fast in this freaking country. It just, or wherever it is. Like, I don't even know. Like some of these people aren't even from this country, and it drives me crazy. And I don't want to meet anybody new. I don't want to, unless somebody comments on my pictures and they comment for a while, and I know that they're going to stay there for a while, and all this stuff, then I don't want to talk to them. Like, I'll like your comment and stuff like that, and I'll just let you know that I see that you've commented or whatever, and if I feel like I should comment, then I'll comment or whatever. But I'm really not trusting people right now, like really bad. Like, I'm not trusting people at all. So, and if that makes me have to be isolated, yep, I feel my thigh being hurt, isolated. The devil isolates people, demons isolate people, demons call people bitches, whatever. So, like I said, at least I'm something. Call me a bitch if you want, but, at least I'm something. And, I would rather be a nobody and feel like I've accomplished something in this life than to be a somebody and to tear people down and to rip them apart and to treat them like dirt. I would rather be poor as a church mouse or whatever, and have friends that are on my level and that know what I'm going through and that are real and don't fake who they are and stuff like that, that don't bring people down all the time and don't treat people like dirt. and stuff like that. That's what I would rather be. So, you know, so to all these people who are probably getting, scammed and, deceived by all these people and not in a good way. No, no. They probably are demons. And they're probably demons that have been calling my phone and hanging up. Either that or they really are famous people and they're calling me and they're hanging up just to see if I'll answer the phone. I stopped answering the phone. I don't answer the phone anymore. Unless it says somebody's name on there and I know who it is. Like, I have caller ID on my phone now. So I know who's calling me most of the time. So, um, yeah, so I guess that's about it. That's all I really have to say about that. And I'm not going to trust anybody anymore unless I've really met you in real life. Like my borders are closed. Like I think I said in one of my past videos, my borders are closed. I don't want any more people in my life whatsoever. Like I'm done. Like I'm done trusting people. I'm done. Like it is all for me and me for all and all for me, and I'm not gonna do this like with anybody. Like I'm gonna look out for number one is what I'm saying. Is